Hello. Today I'm gonna teach you guys a few of the basics of skinning. So things like adding a cutout, using the pen tool, vectoring logos, and recoloring things like the drip clamps, clutch covers, and I'll also scrape across the numbers, maybe even get into normal maps, spec maps, and sapping if this doesn't take too long. Well, anyway, I grabbed a template off of the MX Simulator forums. Yeah, most things should actually come with a template. If not, just should be able to Google it maybe, search on the forums, and you should be able to find it. But yeah, so we'll go into our plastics folder. Go down to graphics, just it's on here. This is where your decals and design and stuff, your graphics kit will go. As you can see, when I make a new layer, which is this thingy here, you can press Control N as the shortcut. When I draw, it goes everywhere, as you can see. But we don't want it to go everywhere. We only want it to go in a certain place. So in order to do that, we need to get a graphics cutout. There's normally a graphics cutouts on the forums, so I've gone and grabbed one. And this is what the YZF graphics cutout looks like. Some of them may look a little different, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we are going to turn it into a layer mask. So in order to do that, we'll go over here, create a new layer, paint it black. We will then press Control, press and hold Control, click on the thumbnail, and that'll select everything in the layer. This is something you need to remember, it's really helpful. And then we are going to paint a new layer white. Delete this. And we're going to merge the layers, right clicking and go merge down. We're then going to deselect. You can either click that, come over here and click like that to deselect, or you can right click and deselect. Normally right clicking and deselecting works better. Anyway, so we have this black and white image here, which is pretty much going to be our alpha channel mask. So come over here, click on our graphics folder, click add new layer mask, then we'll go into channels, and we'll click on our new layer mask that we just created, and we'll click on this eye here, and that'll get rid of all of that. Make sure we select our new layer, and then we will paste that in there like so. Right click, go deselect, and then click back on this eye, and bam, done. So now that that's applied, that's pretty much our cutout done, all applied. Easy as that. And then just to show you how this pretty much works, I will paint a layer, and as you can see, it only paints in a certain area, and that's due to the graphics cutout. Just pretty much all you need to know about the graphics cutout. Pretty simple, straightforward, easy to do. So can't have any excuses for not using one now. Now we'll use our pen tool. Well, this is our pen tool here. This thingy here. It says pen tool. Go press P. Apparently, there's a shortcut for it. I used this setup here, so I have paths, have it on pencil, and I don't have auto add delete selected, because when you do, when you're making more detailed designs where your lines are quite close together, when you have auto add delete on, it becomes a bit of a problem. It starts deleting sections of your shape. But yep, so we'll come over here to our shroud, and we'll try to do a bit of a design on it. It's not going to be too fancy. So yeah, just left click makes your designs pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Make a random design. Don't really know what it is. I can't really help you guys with making designs, so you kind of have to come up with designs on your own. But basically, you do that, and then you find wherever you started, and you'll close the you know close your circuit thing, and then right click, create vector mask, and then we come over here, click on that, and then we simply click paint, and bam, it's done. That's our nice professional design we have there. You know, spend a bit more time, get some nice looking designs on there, and you should have a good looking skin in no time. Another thing you can do with the pen tool, which is kind of helpful, is doing curves. When doing a curve, you can't go any more than 90 degrees. The reason I say that is because if I click here, and click and hold while you're clicking, and then drag, and you create a curve. As you can see, this 180 degree curve is, well, this doesn't look very nice. So what you have to do is you have to do it in 90 degree segments. So 90 degrees here, and about here-ish, about 90 degrees here, and as you can see, it gives you a better curve. One thing I just skipped out on telling you guys is when doing your curves, you do a curve, drag select like that. When you click again, it'll create another curve unless you hold Alt and you click on this little square here, and then next time you click, it'll have a straight line. You'll find that comes in handy a lot when you're doing your pen tool designing. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the pen tool. The next thing you might want to know is colouring of triple clamps. Well, we're going to just do the triple clamps as a good example. So as you can see, you have a billion layers on here. And they're all in folders. It's a good idea to make folders. In order to make folders, you just click on that, create a new group, and yeah, it's a good idea to group things when you are making your graphics, because you'll find you'll get maybe a good 100 odd layers. So it's better to group things. But anyway, so you have a billion groups here. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. Triple clamps probably going to be in clamps. Funnily enough, they are. Colouring the triple clamps is really easy because it says colour me right here. So pretty much all you have to do is colour that one folder. So in order to do that, I'm going to hold Control, click on the thumbnail again, and then we're just going to paint using solid colour and paint a red in there, and yeah, done. Looks nice. Of course, sometimes you can't always do that because, for example, with the YZ125 overlay, if we wanted to say paint this a header pipe here, change it to a different color, we'd have to outline it, because as you can see, it's one layer. So you can't control click the layer in order to just get one thing. So we'd have to outline the header pipe here, like so. You could do a better job of outlining it than me. Normally use your polygon lasso tool. It's normally the best option for doing things like this. Yep, and then we'll go a solid color again, like we did last time. But the only difference is, because there's no shading layers for this, it's just one complete layer, it'll turn out red. And in order to fix that, we go to overlay, and yeah, that's how you do it. But do more of a blue purpley color, just because you don't really have a red exhaust. We'll just lower the opacity of this a little bit. And then if we wanted to, we could click on our alpha mask here, our mask map, and we could grab our eraser, and we could change it to a different color, grab a different design, and we could click on it. And as you can see, it'll delete parts of it. This will be helpful for, getting rid of parts here. Yeah, and yeah, so it's pretty easy to recolor most things. So it's most of what you need to know. Another thing you'll need to know how to do is vectoring logos. So I have a one Industries logo right here. As you can see, it's not very high detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a vector mask with it. So we select our pen tool, and then we pretty much all we do is we outline the logo, really. Really basic. And once I've done that, and as you see, I close the circuit, but I can also open a new circuit, or whatever you want to call them. I'm calling them circuits because I have no fucking idea what they're actually called. Pretty much what a vector mask does is when you rescale, because normally you're going to want to have to scale your logos up or scale them down, size wise, so that they fit on your shrouds better. And when you do this, you'll find they might lose their original shape. So now that we've done that, we'll click new layer, right click, create vector mask, and we will paint the vector mask black. We go out to full screen, where we'll move our new layer down. So there we have it. We have a vector masked one and a normal one introduced. Now at the moment they look pretty much the same, but if you were to put them on your bike, for example, we will drag them over to this layer. We can. This doesn't always work out too well for me. Drag that over to here, and we'll also drag. What one did I drag over? Check that one. So now I'll drag this one. Let's back up here. Back over here. We'll zoom in. As you can see, there's white around this logo, and it's pretty simple to fix that. You click the magic wand, click the white stuff, and then you press delete. Done. Simple. It doesn't look as nice as the vector mask, but still, it's done. Anyway, we will put the One Industries logo here. Now, as you can see, just hypothetically, just say we wanted to make it bigger. We'll go just fucking insanely large because we can. Now you notice that our logo is a little fuzzy around the edges, which means it's pretty much lost some detail. But with the vector mask, if we transform this, bring it down to here. So if we click on this little part here and then select this, it'll help us a little bit with doing this. We'll make this one bigger as well. We'll actually make this one bigger than the other one. But as you can see, not fuzzy around the edges. It has a nice clean cut to it, and that's what vector masks do. They help keep the original shape. So now that that's done, I will show you guys how to do numbers. Numbers are really basic. It's normally the last thing you do on a bike. Create a layer. We go over to text, which is this in here. Drag a box, and then you just punch in your number. We'll go over here and move this down, and yeah, that's it. It's a number. Nice and simple. Of course, you don't have to have when you use text layers, you don't have to have the text layer selected. You just click where the numbers are, and it'll automatically select the text layer for you. So you do this just in case, if you're making a team skin, it's really helpful for changing all the numbers for your different riders on your team. And if you wanted to change the color, you just highlight it, go up here, click it, and change the color. Easy as that. And then if we wanted to add an outline, we go over here, click stroke, and that's pretty much it. I just double clicked on my layer in order to get this pop up. And pretty simple really. And just say you wanted to do your numbers for the side shroud over here, for the side number board. The numbers are, they don't line up with your number board. So right click, pre-transform, and then we just rotate it like this, and bam, apply, it's done. If I go a little bit too fast for you, just rerun the video and watch it again. You should be right. But that's basically how you do the numbers. It's pretty straightforward. Another thing that you might find helpful is a lot of people seem to lose their layers. So if we go up here to our move tool, and we just say we wanted to get back our colorful layer that we used for the triple clamp. So we'd right click on where the layer is, and then it'll give us a drop down of every layer that's in where we right clicked, and we wanted colorful one, which is this layer. So we've now found our layer, and we can now deselect it. So that's also a really helpful tip for finding layers if you either can't be stuff rummaging through all of the layers, or you just generally lost it. That's pretty much all you need to know. If you wanted to do nicer designs, it'd be a good idea to Google some decals on Google Images, and you just look at them, get some ideas from it, do a little research, help you get more ideas on what you want to do for your bike decals and such. Because designing decals for a bike isn't, it's not hard, but getting the ideas is the hard part to it. It's something I can't help you with. You'll have to come up with your own ideas, which is why you'll go on Google Images.